right, I just watched Saturday Night Live with host John Mulaney and musical guest LCD Sound System, and I'm about to give a thorough review and a grade as to whether or not SNL still has it. Now look, SNL is no stranger to addressing big moments, whether it was the 2016 election or even 9/11. If things are going on in the world, you're going to expect SNL to come out and probably have a somber yet touching opening, and that's what we had here. Obviously, there's a lot going on in Ukraine, and it's good that SNL decides not to just outright ignore it and to do it in a tasteful way that honors it. But we get on to the monologue with John Mulaney. Now, this is his 5th time hosting, and John Mulaney was a writer at SNL, blew up in the stand-up comedy scene with a bunch of specials on Netflix, and now he's back to host again, 5th time. And a lot's happened with John Mulaney since we've seen him host last. He's gone through a divorce. He's been in and out of rehab. And he did not shy away from those touchy topics. And he played along with it in a really hilarious way, telling a hilarious story about how his drug dealer might actually not have been a drug dealer. And it was a 10 out of 10 monologue. Usually when you get stand-ups doing monologues for SNL, it's going to come out good. So this was a great one. As far as the sketches, all of these sketches were great, and some of them were just good. So all in all, it was awesome. And here are a few of the best ones. First off, Monkey Trial starts off absolutely ridiculous, as John Mulaney is dressed as a monkey calling a court. Except it is hilarious because it's all in monkey talk and monkey brain. And you really have to be sold on this, which I was while I was watching, and it's absolutely hilarious. The cast member who's the MVP of this episode is Cecily Strong. Cecily hit every beat in every single sketch she was in. She has continued to be one of the standouts of the cast. I would literally say she is toe-to-toe with Adam Sandler's career at Saturday Night Live. Incredible characters on Weekend Update, always coming through in epic sketches, and just has such a wide range of comedic landscape to just be hilarious. The Please Don't Destroy guys were back, and there's just something so great and lovable about these 3 dudes. Just the way they see the world and the way they chop up these edits make it so quick and so funny. And to blow up like a really positive sketch, that's something that's hard to see. Usually it kind of gets worse and worse and worse. This one just got better and more ridiculous. And those are the best kinds of sketches. So loved their sketch there about the good variant. Now, the landmark sketch here was probably the COVID dinner conversation. As COVID has fully winded down across the country, even in strict cities like Los Angeles and New York, the restrictions are going away. And again, SNL nails it because all the awkward conversations that you've been having all week are now put in this hilarious sketch where they're going back and forth, still tiptoeing about what opinion is right and what's the correct procedure. And, of course, it's changed so much over the last 2 years. This was a hilarious, great take on these kind of awkward now conversations we have as it's all ending. And it was great. It was phenomenal. And, of course, lastly, with John Mulaney, anytime he comes on, we see a crazy musical number that's usually a little inside baseball for New York City. And this one was a subway station musical that was absolutely hilarious. It hit in all the same kind of crazy, so specific beats of a New York subway station in Midtown. And it's absolutely hilarious. This, as far as sketches, again, even if you see a sketch that wasn't as great as the others, it's still pretty good and going to make you smile. So this was a phenomenal episode that kind of shows that SNL still got it. I will say one thing about Weekend Update. There were no characters on Weekend Update. It was strictly jokes. I would say Michael Che won the weekend as far as who had more laughs. But all in all, a good one. I just still cannot believe SNL will not address the Pete Davidson thing. And look, I get it. It's with there's family involved, but we're literally talking about the biggest celebrities, and they go after the biggest celebrities. There was no sign of Pete during SNL. I was looking for him constantly, even in the farewells. You didn't see him there. Musical guest, LCD Sound System. Look, I had never heard of them before this performance, and what I'll say is I think they probably translate to a bigger, more imaginative stage. They are a lot like the Talking Heads, I think. Listen, I know nothing about them. Maybe they are attached, but they have this kind of interesting, unique vibe, and there's like 12 people on this tiny SNL stage. it was a cool, groovy song, songs, and I got into it. And one of my favorite, actually, moments of SNL was John Mulaney came out of the Nickelodeon sketch where he was slimed a ton and presented LCD Sound System one more time, covered in slime. All in all, I would give this SNL an A-. This is literally a top-tier episode. If you're like, I want to get into SNL, this is a great place to now jump in. And I think it definitely helps that the cold open was really nothing political and oversaid. That's said already a million times. So this is a great episode. This is really a phenomenal chance to step away and kind of laugh at now the life we're entering and to bring a smile to your face. And so love SNL, love John Mulaney. Welcome to the Five Timers Club. I will say one last note. There was the Five Timers Club sketch, which has been done before, and this one was done hilariously. You had Steve Martin in there, Tina Fey. But what's crazy is the person who got the biggest applause was Conan O'Brien. And I think Conan O'Brien is someone who is just like John Mulaney in that John Mulaney was a writer at SNL, was told you couldn't really be a cast member, you're just a writer. And then they both left and found success elsewhere and have then brought it back to SNL. And they both have a clear love and passion for Saturday Night Live because they have stuck with it. John Mulaney could have taken his stand-up comedy success and just been a great stand-up comic, been Dave Chappelle. But he's like giving it right back to SNL, being a host after being denied being a cast member. And now, anytime John Mulaney is on, like the comedy geeks really come out for that one. Whether you do or don't like SNL, you're gonna come out for John Mulaney, and it's awesome that he's continued to use that platform to keep bringing funny stuff. He is top tier guy. It's good to see him back, healthy, new dad. This was great. Now, look, if you liked this conversation about SNL, be sure to like, subscribe. I'm going to be throwing a lot more things on here, just talking about things that I love. That's really all it comes down to. I think I'm going to be reviewing Iron Man. That's really random. Or a Batman movie, because Batman's coming out. So that's SNL. Go check it out, and you will agree with me. I promise. See you later.